And I think the number one thing that we got away from that first BG game was experience, what it's like to play a really good team, how to handle yourself under pressure. And since then, we've had other good games. Exeter has given us a good game, and some other closer games. So I think the biggest difference between then and now is really just we're all comfortable playing on the field, and we're all confident in ourselves, even though there's all the lights on us, all the pressure. But we now have that experience, and that we've learned our lessons and things like that, and it just makes us that much more ready for the game.
I'd say playing like that good of a team and playing that well against them, it really like just helped us prepare for like the rest of the season, the final push, and then like also preparing for them in the championship. Also super helpful because now we can like plan off of what we need, what we messed up on, how we can like be better. So I think like playing against them in the season in that close of a game, it didn't like only help us in having like some good momentum, but also like being able to prepare much better and like kind of exactly know what we need to do to get that final like step into beating them in the championship.
Anything I think we learned, don't dread too much on specific plays, because a lot of things could have gone our way and they didn't. A lot of shots could have fallen. Will Murphy made a lot of good saves. We hit the post a couple of times, so you eliminate that and we're right in the game and we're winning that game. So you can't dread on the little things too much because not everything's going to go your way, and you got to stay poised through all the adversity that we're going to face, especially things like hitting the post, missing shots, getting stuffed on the doorstep. It's all going to come with a good team like BG, so you just got to stay poised in that moment.
I think is that it doesn't matter if we go down a few goals, we're a good enough team to battle back. I think BG had like an 8-3 lead at one point, and we didn't get down on ourselves. We knew if we played together and supported each other like a family does, we would be able to come back. And in the end, we ended up making it go into overtime, even when I think BG thought they were going to make it not a close game.
Definitely learned that we were killing teams at the beginning of the season, and we thought we were going to be the big dogs. We knew that BG was going to be our toughest opponent. Going into that game, our defense was asleep the first half or whatever. We woke up in the second half, but going into it, we didn't play great. And there's just a bunch of different little things all across the field that we were shown that we really need to work on. And I'd like to think that going into this game, we've focused a lot more on that, and I think that it's going to be a lot better of a game. Can't really get much better than a double overtime game, though.
When you get into a 10-on-10 game with them, we've never been in that situation in this program where it was that type of game. Aside from like 2 years ago where we were tied at halftime, but that was a completely different team. But it would, for us, it was, yes, we can hang with them. We were a play away from beating them. That was the biggest thing. Is sure, were guys saying they believed it? Absolutely, but they could see it. They could see it on the field that night that we were a play away from beating them. All we needed was the goal to cross the ball to cross the goal line, and we're the ones celebrating in double overtime. So that belief that was the biggest thing we learned. They were laser focused from the moment I saw them at 8:30 in the morning. It was every single one of them were eye of the tiger, locked in. They were like, we're just going to get through this graduation, then we're locked in, coach. We're getting home, we're taking a nap, we're ready to go, coach. You couldn't tell that if graduation hadn't happened, then I wouldn't have known that there was graduation because they were so focused on the game, which was awesome to see.
The day of the game, it was very busy, so obviously we had graduation, took pictures after, did all that fun stuff, hung out with some of my friends, and by the time all my graduation stuff was over, I only had less than an hour before I had to leave for the bus. So getting on the bus, I was already pretty tired, drained. Most of my thought the night before had gone into the graduation because I was giving the speech and I was really nervous about
Super
it.
busy. We got to the school for like 8:30 and graduation started at 10. So we were already just sitting around there, got up really early. We were just sitting around at the school waiting, and then we were sitting out in the sun. And then right after that, I mean, we had an hour and a half maybe to go home after all the pictures were taken and all that. So I mean, I got an hour and a half to, sit in my bed, think about taking a nap. I didn't do it, but we didn't have that much time to, mentally prepare, considering the fact that, we graduated and we were having a lot of fun. But, I think we did a pretty good job locking in despite the fact that we had graduation that day.
Definitely felt like I was rushed. I got out of graduation and then instantly tried to get home, but the traffic was really bad, so I ended up getting home probably 30 minutes later than I was supposed to. Then I had family come over and all that, so I wanted to talk with them a little bit, but then when I had to get ready, I was rushing. It was a very stressful day.
It was just like a mental toughness. Like a lot of challenges were there that day and that week, especially with finals for people who weren't seniors. We were supposed to be studying for those, and for seniors, they had a whole senior week before this. So there was like a lot of things that could distract us. So we just tried our best to stay focused and get ready for the game.
I was locked in, and then we were supposed to be 2 minutes away, and then I saw us go by the turn, and I was like, where are we going? I texted coach. I was like, what's going on up there? And he was like, just a couple wrong turns. We'll be back in no time. And then we made another wrong turn. So just kind of going from being locked in, and then you're like, shoot, are we gonna have enough time to warm up and get ready for the game?
All year, because it happened the previous year where we would always want to have I felt like a 45-minute warm-up is the perfect time to warm up. I think last year we maybe had one 45-minute warm-up during preseason, and then because of busing issues, all this stuff, literally would just turn to 20 minutes. So this year I said, we're not warming up for any longer than 20 minutes, home or away, because that's what's going to happen. And so I made sure to leave early, and we ended up getting there for a normal game, and then we kind of had to speed through all our pregame stuff, and then we ended up with a 20-minute warm-up. So it all was full circle, came back to it, but that's why we were doing it all year, because you never know what's going to happen. Unfortunately, the bus driver got a little lost, but we were able to get him there, and we got our 20-minute warm-up that we needed. First possession, and I was like, maybe they're trying to play stall ball here, which I think would, honestly is a great game plan by them, because they knew they had the advantage of the face-off X, and so if they could wear us down into long possessions, it's smart, and they know that we like to push the ball and get up and down. But I also think in the back of their minds, they're a team that loves to play fast, so I knew okay, maybe it's just this, they want to get a really good possession out of this first one, then we're going to try and speed them up, and once we try to speed them up, they'll start cooking as well. But yeah, I was definitely a little shocked by that first possession, how long they took to start initiating, for sure.
I was a little surprised that they weren't going to the net as much as they were, but we knew that they were going to try to slow the game down because we're a very good transition team. So we've expected that all year with every team, so that's nothing really new to us.
I was a little surprised, but I knew they have like very good coaches, and they would come up with a good plan to go against us. They had a reason for everything, and I feel like if we got through that earlier in the game, it would have had a little bit of a difference in the end. I feel like overall we played well, but they had some really good planning.
Absolutely came and delivered. They did everything that they could. It feels like every time we got them the ball, they were scoring. We were able to rely on them as a defense, which in the past couple of years has been something that we struggled with, is getting possessions and being efficient. They were almost as efficient as they possibly could be. We just really struggled getting them the ball. So while we were tired, and our defense, we were tired and unable to get them the ball. Our offense was doing everything they could. They were executing. They were sharing the ball, putting the ball in the net. And it almost made it harder in that sense, because it just feels like if we were able to get them the ball more, we would have won the game. So yeah, they kept us in the game. They did everything they could. Our offense is the reason the game was so as close as it was. But we just weren't able to get them the ball enough.
Absolutely incredible. They just did a fantastic job. That was, I think, the best that they've played all year, and it was unfortunate that we couldn't give them more possessions, but that's what I kept saying to everyone. It was like our offensive efficiency was off the charts, just absolutely unbelievable. I think I can count in my head the amount of times that we didn't score, which is awesome. So I was super proud of those guys, and it just shows that they were playing their best lacrosse exactly when they needed to be playing it. And unfortunately, we, on the defensive end, playing a lot of defense, we, got a little tired at the end there, and then we just couldn't get the ball to them enough, which was unfortunate, because I felt like we could have had even more success, especially towards the end of that game when we finally tied it up.
Yeah, obviously we didn't get the face-offs we wanted to. We couldn't possess the ball on our side right off the go, at all throughout the game. So it was definitely like a thing in our head. We knew right as we get the ball, we got to slow it down. We got to get good shots. We can't throw the ball away. We can't have any turnovers. We got to make sure that we're getting the shots we need, and we need to put the ball in the back of the net, because obviously if we don't, then we're just losing another chance, and we didn't have enough chances for it to be something where we're just letting shots go to just try and shoot it.
Definitely killed our defense a little bit. We were struggling. I think that was definitely our weak point of the game. I don't think it was really a huge weak point, but at least from my point of view, their offense just was able to hold the ball the entire time. And when we got the ball on the ground, they were able to get the ground ball, which we needed to capitalize on that a lot more to try and win that game.
Have one ready! Good, Alex! Yes!
we were down, we knew that we'd been in worse situations before and we could come back from anything. We just needed to keep playing our game and it'll work out in the end. So we just really made sure that no one had their heads down in the locker room. We were all focused and ready.
Yeah, we knew we were in that game. April, we played them at Stellos. We were in that same exact spot. We were down 2 or 3 at halftime. We grounded our way back. We just have a team full of gritty guys, and they're going to claw their way back anytime they can, and there's really no quit on this team. So we knew we'd be back in that game regardless, but obviously, they wanted a quick run at the end of the game to really seal it off. But, I think everyone gave it their all till the final buzzer went off.
Our big thing was we were saying that because we did not play good. Like, I know, people just say that, but we did not play good that first half, and we were still in the game. I still don't think we played our best throughout the whole game. We were definitely out of it. I think Grad might have had something to do with that. But I think if we did play our best going into that halftime, the score would have been completely different.
Same spot last time we played them, so we weren't really worried. We were all still confident. I wouldn't say at all we were oh, this is it. No one was closing out the game or thinking it was over. Obviously, we were all ready to go. We wanted to get back on the field, start punching back at them, and then we did. And then it didn't go as planned, but we still came back like we wanted to. We did what we needed to do, but we just couldn't close it out in the end. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, at halftime we were all more confident and seeing our past games against them and Exeter, ready to go and ready to just push back. But in the end, I guess it didn't go as planned.
Morale was pretty low at halftime because we felt like we were playing really well and matching their stride for 90% of the first half, and then right at the end we broke down. We were tired, and they really were able to just give it to us right before the half ended. So the morale was pretty low, and it took a little bit of leadership, talking, rallying. We got all the boys back on board. We went on a little run. And then same thing happened in the fourth quarter. It just happened a little bit earlier. We were tired, on our heels, and BG was able to just break through our defense.
I literally looked at them and said, we've literally been here before physically and mentally. We've been in this locker room down at halftime, and we fought back. And I said, we're just going to make some adjustments. You guys are going to execute, and we're gonna win this game. And I thought that we did a good job responding to their energy. Thought we did a great job coming out at halftime. There's a little bit of head hanging, but like I said, I think we've only been down at halftime. That was our 3rd time. It was to them in the regular season, then to Exeter in the regular season, and then other than that, we've been up. So it's not a situation they're used to, but huge credit to all those guys for fighting back and getting us to the point in the fourth where we were tied up.
we get the ball, we got to attack immediately on the offensive perspective, but watching them sort of, put four in quick has really, deflated the tires a little bit. You feel like you have less and less chance. You feel like you got to force more and more. So it didn't help us mentally on the offensive side. We still didn't get the ball that much after their run, but when we did, I feel like we took a decent advantage of it, but, obviously we couldn't pull it out.
The little things that in that game that the BG players did better, and that's the stuff that built up over time and got them the win.
Really just trying to get the ball from there. Everyone on that team knows how to play lacrosse very well. They run their offense very well, and we just needed to try on defense to try and get our ball to our offense, because when we were actually getting it to them, they were being very efficient with it. They were scoring as much as they could, but we had trouble actually getting them the ball. They didn't have that many possessions that game because of the face-off game, and because we couldn't really stop their offense, and we couldn't get them the ball.
We did a great job adjusting to some of the stuff they were doing on offense right when we came out, and then I think it just speaks to their coaching over there and their coaching staff. I knew it was going to be a chess match, and so they made the first move and I countered, and then they countered my counter, and I think that's what happened there when they were able to get a couple of those skip passes. We were going to give that up because we felt like we wanted to get out behind the net, and I knew that we were going to give that up, and then Caleb Young, just being Caleb Young, was able to hit a couple of those skip passes, and they're able to execute. So we just lost that chess match in the end there, and then then they were playing make it take it ball, which was it was tough for us to come back at that point.
Let's go, Bedford!
There's nothing I would change, and there's no group of guys that I would rather coach, and there's, you could give me all the money in the world, or you could, say I can have anyone on their team if I trade one of mine, and I would never take that deal. That group of guys has just grown so much this year, and I just had them look up at the stands and just see what they did for the town of Bedford, and how proud everyone was of them. And so it was just an unbelievable moment.
The ending we wanted, especially as a senior, but I think we definitely left an impact on Bedford sports. We had all the way from our actual team, we have kids staying and wanting to actually build the program. So that was my beginning goal, to really build a culture and not just be a crappy lacrosse team. Now we're actually fighting for state championships. And on top of that, the amount of like younger lacrosse players that would come up to me all excited and like really enjoying actually coming to the Bedford lacrosse games, that definitely meant a lot to me, because now I know that those kids are gonna keep like working and want to be the next Spencer Hendershon, the next Bennett Matthews. And that really is gonna help Bedford lacrosse.
The end result of the championship is not what we wanted, but it was as close to a successful season as we could. I mean, we won so many games. We were the 1 seed. We were so close as a team. We were so tight. We built up a good team culture. We set up a foundation for the next couple of years for this team. We all had a great time, loved playing with each other, did a lot of amazing things. People, our guys, all accomplished a lot. We had a lot of recognition throughout the year, and just because we didn't end up, hoisting the trophy at the end, it doesn't mean that we didn't have a successful season. I think every single guy in the locker room is extremely happy to be a part of this team, extremely proud of how our season went, and hopefully we set up the future for future Bedford teams to come and do their thing and keep guys at Bedford and succeed in the coming years. And if in the next couple of years we're able to bring home a championship, I know this senior class and all feel like we did our part.
Even though we didn't win, I still feel like this has been one of like my favorite teams I've been a part of. We made Bedford history, being the 1 seed. We made a lot of history as a team, and we really enjoyed just each day going to practice. There's not a lot of teams that could say that they go to practice each day and enjoy it. A lot of kids really did enjoy it. We were a family this year, and I feel like we just need to keep bringing that culture for next year. But I'm going to miss the seniors this year because they came when we were at rock bottom as a culture, and they helped us build it up, and we just need to keep doing what they started.
I mean, I still think it was a great season. We've never made it to the championship in D1, so that's just a really cool experience for us. Cool thing to do for our school. We finally have gotten to that point. The program's at a whole nother level now. But I mean, I think it's just sad to see for all their seniors. We know we could have had that game. There's just a few things we couldn't control, nothing we can do about it. And yeah, I mean, it just stinks to see us make it all the way. Seniors and lose. Obviously, they're all crying. It's a horrible moment for the team. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But I'd say it was still a successful season overall for sure.
I'd say that we accomplished a lot. We've sort of not been a laughing stock as a team for this school, but especially after last year losing to Merrimack in the first round, people made jokes oh, you're gonna lose to Dover first round, but our guys from the second we stepped on the field, we knew it was gonna be our year. We were gonna at least make the championship, and our goal the whole time is give them a fight. We thought we could have been a little closer than 3 goals. Obviously, we gave them a 1-goal game in April, but we tried our best out there, and I think we accomplished a lot. We showed the state that Bedford's here to play, especially with Coach Bordeaux's new coaching changes. I mean, Bedford's going to be a team at the top for a while now.
I'm a big dreamer, and I dreamed it would happen, but I thought it was going to take a lot to happen, and we made all the right moves to make it happen. But it was an unbelievable day. I just really enjoyed the whole day because it was super special, and I knew we could do it, but being there, it was just in 2 years is incredible. So it was just speaks super highly to those guys, and staying at Bedford, and all the 8th graders who came in and decided to play for us, and just is something that's going to be huge for the future to build on.
And now we'll acknowledge each team member. Number 1, Derek Ruiza. Number 2, Evan Capello. Number
we're in a really good position. We already, after the game, we already had kids showing leadership throughout the season. We've had kids who, they don't have to be captains to show leadership. They were showing as much leadership as they could. And I really feel like we're going to bring that into next year. And all these leaders are really going to show themselves. We need it next year because we're going to be replacing some new captains, replacing some big seniors who had big roles. I really think that they're ready for that next year.
All the guys that were seniors this year are great mentors. They've helped out, the D has helped out the kids below them so much and just taking them to another level, which is going to be great for us because we'll be able to push those kids more next year, see them succeed on the D end. And then Derek is obviously an awesome captain. He's been super helpful to so many younger kids. And I think like we'll find some kids to fill in the gaps that we have, but I don't think we should have too many problems getting back into it. But obviously it's going to be different, but we'll figure it out.
I think the biggest thing is now we have that experience and we know what it takes to get there. And I think if you look at 2 years ago, you know, Tristan, Kevin, Spencer, those three guys were first-time starters on the defensive end. And so I knew they're leaving, and so we tried to bring up some younger guys to, you know, slowly pass that guard over to those guys. And so there'll be a lot of growing pains, but, you know, literally in the locker room when we got home, on the bus, Kevin Mastrodicasa brought everyone in, all the underclassmen, and said, you know, it starts on Monday. Take tomorrow off, but we can't do it in January. It's gotta start on Monday. So I think that all those underclassmen are now really hungry and truly understand it's not just going to happen in March on the first day of practice. It happens. It takes a long time to gain that success. So just really excited to see what we can do in the future, and got a lot of great guys coming back and a lot of young guys coming up that I'm excited to coach.
5, 4, 3.
I played 10 seasons of sports at Bedford High School, 4 of them being lacrosse. I've played on a lot of different teams, teams where we had no chance of winning anything, and teams where we knew we were going to win it all before the season even started, and everything in between. And what I've really learned most is that what I look back on from teams, whether it was the not so good teams or the teams that we won the championship, it's really just what I remember is all the good times that we had on the bus rides to the games or in the locker room. What I remember is making every guy on the team feel included, talking with everyone, meeting people that I wouldn't have met otherwise.
Takeaways I'd have was I made some lifelong friends here at Bedford. I thought about transferring a few times, but I never did, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I stuck through. It taught a lot mentally about the grind that it takes in life, and so I made a lot of good friends, made a lot of good mental notes about what it really takes to become successful when you're at your bottom. So, just the takeaways is just the mental aspect of, what you need in life to succeed. Coach Bordeaux really taught us that grind, so I couldn't be more happy that I learned that.
I'd probably say no matter how bad it gets, there's always going to be a better thing coming. We were at rock bottom beginning of my high school career. We weren't a great team whatsoever, and the kids on the team might not have had the best mindset for lacrosse, but we just kind of worked through that and kept going. Kids were thinking about leaving and going to different prep schools. Coach Bordeaux convinced them to stay right when he got the head coaching job, and he's like, we will make Bedford great if we get people to stay and really buy in and work. And kids did that, and this is the best season Bedford lacrosse has ever had.
The number one thing really that I take away is just I'm proud to be a Bulldog. I'm really happy with everything that I've done here, and every single guy that I've been able to call my teammate, it's just really been an honor. So being able to cherish those bonds I've made, be able to look back and say I had a good time with the people that I shared a locker room with. That's the number one takeaway I have. I don't look back and care about the All-State nominations or the championships or how many games we won or how many points I scored or whatever it is. it really just doesn't matter to me. What I think about is just all the great times I had on and off, especially off the field with all the people I care about so much.